Gaming laptops haven't been in the spotlight recently because of the release of devices like the new M2 MacBooks and a refresh of the XPS series from Dell. If you're interested in those laptops, make sure to check out our other video comparing the MacBook Air to the Dell XPS 13 Plus. But if you're looking for a powerful machine for gaming or other creative work on a budget, then the DELL G15 5515 is an attractive option. This 15.6-inch gaming laptop comes with either an AMD 6000 series or Intel 12th Gen processor, and a powerful 30 series GPU from NVIDIA. Along with other impressive technical specifications, this laptop has a lot to offer for power users. The specifications of this laptop are listed on screen now. Keep in mind that this device was purchased in October of 2021, so it has older specs compared to the newer models. However, because it is one generation older, this model is currently $200 Canadian cheaper than the new model that features the Ryzen 5 6600H and a single 8GB stick of 4800 MHz DDR5 memory. The CPU powering our model of the DELL G15 is a 6-core AMD Ryzen 5 5600H, combined with the RTX 3050 mobile GPU with 4GB of video memory and a single 8GB stick of memory running at 3200 MHz. The display is a 15.6-inch 1080p 120Hz panel that maxes out at 250 nits of peak brightness, and the configure storage option is a 256GB NVMe SSD. The port selection varies based on which spec you choose, but this particular model comes with two USB 2.0 ports on the right hand side, one of which supports power delivery. Along the back, there is a barrel-shaped power plug, an HDMI 2.0 port, the one USB 3.2 port, and a USB Type-C port that supports DisplayPort, which is indicated by the logo. This allows you to buy a USB-C to DisplayPort cable and connect an external monitor if the HDMI port is already populated. Finally, the 2.5GB RJ45 Ethernet port and headset port are on the left. The screen also seems to be covered in an anti-gloss coating that does diffuse the harshness of bright lights in the background. The webcam that comes with this laptop is a fairly standard 720p unit mounted in the middle of the top bezel. This is the video quality, and the current audio is from the built-in microphone on the laptop. As you can see, in this morning lighting, the colors are washed out, contrast is low, and the video is noticeably grainy. The mic quality is acceptable, but certainly not great. Now, let's look at the performance of this laptop running on Windows 11. The multi-core Cinebench test was run for 10 minutes and produced a score of 7,975. This places it in an average spot compared to other high-end gaming laptops. The Blackmagic Raw speed test shows that this laptop can render 4K videos at 60 FPS smoothly. Crystal Diskmark was a 2500 megabits per second sequential read and 960 megabits per second sequential write, which again puts this laptop in the middle tier of performance. Finally, we look at the gaming performance with the Shadow of the Tomb Raider benchmark. The average for this was around 60 FPS, but it's important to notice that this result was heavily GPU bound, with the overall GPU usage at just 40%. This shows that the CPU is bottlenecking the benchmark in game. However, a small upgrade led to some very different and interesting results. I added an additional 8GB stick of memory and ran the same benchmark again with the same settings. This time, the frame rate increased to 70 FPS, an almost 15% increase, and the GPU usage was way up at 99%. The minimum FPS also went up. For more detailed benchmarks between 8GB and 16GB of RAM, check out the video link below. The outside of this laptop features a grey plastic body decorated with small black specks, a textured triangle on the back, and a full-size keyboard highlighted with orange accents. Located directly above the keyboard deck are vents for the two cooling fans inside the system. The trackpad on this laptop is slightly smaller than average and offset to the left. As is the case with most laptops, and especially gaming ones, the speakers do not sound the best. At lower volumes, the sound is quite warm but still lacks bass, and at max volume, the speakers sound distorted. However, the display is definitely a positive of this laptop. For under $1,000, finding a 120Hz refresh rate screen is next to impossible, but this panel does support that higher refresh rates for smoother visuals, especially when gaming. The hinge design is also interesting because it allows the back of the laptop to support I/O and further vents to allow hot air to escape. The laptop's RAM can be upgraded to a maximum of 32GB with 16GB in each slot. There's an additional M2 slot which can be used to add another NVMe SSD. The default battery of a 3-cell 56 Wh can also be upgraded to a 6-cell battery with 86 Wh. While the performance and technical specifications of this laptop are quite impressive, there are some negative aspects that must be mentioned too. These issues are common amongst gaming laptops, like the heavy weight, short battery life, and loud fan noise. The manufacturer provided weight of this laptop is 5.55 pounds, which makes it noticeably heavier than almost all work and productivity devices. While this is to be expected from a budget gaming laptop, the heavy weight makes it annoying to transport, especially in a backpack. Another issue with this laptop that is quite concerning is the very poor battery life. Gaming laptops are known for their battery life, or lack thereof, and this DELL G15 is no exception. In the unit that we received, the battery life varies quite greatly and can be confusing at times. Most full charges of this laptop last right around the 2-hour mark, which is very poor compared even to other gaming laptops. However, in some cases, with a very similar workload of just light productivity tasks, the battery lasts for just 1 hour. And in some other situations, this laptop can go for 4+ hours without needing a charge. This may have been fixed in the new model, but the old model had this issue for us. The last major issue with the DELL G15 is a staple among gaming laptops, which is the loud fan. In order to sustain high performance during demanding tasks, fans on gaming laptops are often quite loud so that the CPU and GPU don't overheat. As you can hear now, this is audio from an external microphone capturing the loud fan noise. This is with no other ambient noise. As you can tell, this fan is quite loud and can be distracting. With the recent release of Intel 12th Gen mobile processors, Ryzen 6000, and Apple's M2 chips, there are quite a few other options that are just slightly more expensive but offer a much better overall user experience, especially when it comes to battery life and portability. However, if you are looking for something on a budget that could function as a workstation replacement, the DELL G15 5515 is definitely something to consider. The link to the laptop is in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and stay subscribed so you don't miss any future uploads. Thanks for watching.